Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing great. Matt Corvo coming at you live from Montreal, Canada. We are Wednesday, November 5th, and as always, today I would like to do my journaling session, recording my screen and talking over it. I'm a futures trader. I trade order flow. I trade the S&P 500. I have been trading for 5 years. The first 4 years, I was trading Forex, smart money concepts, ICT, and I was extremely disappointed, extremely frustrated, and really struggling with my trading. But then about 6 months ago, I discovered order flow. And now I trade with 4 tools, which are the footprint charts, the volume profile levels, a heat map, and VWAP deviations. And basically the goal of those videos is to document my order flow learning journey. Alright, so today I didn't trade because I'm in a learning phase. I just purchased Lambo Raoul's DTI, Diamond Trading Institute, because I felt like I didn't want to have another month like October where I'm completely flat, completely break even. There are things I'm missing, maybe the way I'm reading absorption. I have to improve, I have to seek more knowledge, and that is why I decided to invest 200 USD per month into this mentorship. All right, just let me open it here for you. Trading. Order flow trading. Alrighty, so as you can see it here, the Diamond Trading Institution. It is basically divided into 3 modules. The first one is pretty much an introduction. You have order flow terminology. This video, I loved it. I mean, just the 200 bucks was worth it for that video. I found it extremely interesting. Delta footprint chart, super interesting. And then also how to spot absorption, super interesting too. Now just let's go back. This is how to set up your ATAS, and he says he's going to publish a video on how to put your settings into Sierra charts. And here is really the real meat of the whole course. You got 4 videos. Introduction to order flow. I just skipped it because I'm an intermediate order flow trader. Been trading order flow for 6 months. I know it pretty well, just all the terminology. This video was interesting about volume profile, so now I really want to watch this video tonight, and this video maybe start it and finish it tomorrow. But you're not really purchasing 200 bucks per month just for those videos. It's really the live trading sessions. Okay, every single day you're trading live with Lambo Raoul, watching ES, super interesting. Training, the Discord, the forum, so you can ask your questions to the 2 other mentors, which are Chris and Marshall. And here you can submit your trades, and they're gonna give you some feedback on it. So super sharp, you know. If every trade you recap it like this for review, wow, just you have market context, trade setup, execution, trade management, outcome, review and lessons. Super sharp, super professional if you ask me. So that is worth it. Talking about Feld auction, just he's a legit order flow trader. Alrighty, so let's go to today. Let's analyze what happened on today's price action, Wednesday, November 5th. And let's look at if we missed any trades, the points of reversal. I don't know if you remember yesterday, but I said I really expected price to come down and take PDL, previous daily low, and that is exactly what happened. Okay, so let's just drag the volume profiles. So I started from 930 to 4. Okay. And then I'm going to drag the overnight one. All the way to 930. So my overnight one is much larger. overnight volume profile. And then we're going to drag another one from today. Okay, so interesting. Let's have a look here. Price did mess around a little bit. Previous day value area high. PDVH. A POC that was. When the two POCs are really close to each other or they line up, that is super good. Okay. So just by looking at today, honestly, starting from 9:30, here at 6 in the morning, you had an interesting buy. We're just going to study it, but I'm not up at this hour. So here was really a nice liquidity grab of those levels and those levels were lining up obviously with the overnight volume profile value area low. Price took it and gave a reversal. Could have targeted the highs. And then, yeah, this reacted nicely, but that's the thing with the volume profile. You see it in hindsight, but when price was here, was it really one of the levels? That's the thing. Yeah, I was. Okay. Let's drag it here a little bit. Yeah, boom. I would have been buying from here. Exiting here would have been a nice trade. 9:30. Okay. So basically we're going to study what happened here on the prints and just 9:30, or I would say, bro, from 10 to 11:20 was just a mess, was not really nice. I mean, just breaking the high, breaking the low, breaking the high. People talk about market structure and they never take into account liquidity grabs. Like what is the market structure here? I mean, is it bearish or bullish? You tell me. This is typical. You have experience trading the markets. This is typical. Happens a lot. Breaks the high, breaks the low, breaks the high. Okay, what are you? It's a pure consolidation, but it's breaking structure. So this is what you call, I think, mean reversion, where price goes from balance to imbalance, and then balance to imbalance. And sometimes price wants to break out, but it's a fake out, and it comes back into equilibrium. That is common. So there's a way to trade this. Basically, price takes this high, you sell. Price takes this low, you buy. You look at entries, but on the print, like you would be entering very late if you enter here, because this is a 1-minute candle. Now, one thing very interesting I'm learning from Lambo Raoul is that, and he got that from really legit order flow traders. Let me see how he put it because I took some notes. Okay, he really uses 20-tick candlesticks or 20-tick footprint charts, okay, instead of 5-minute candles or 1-minute candles, because he says time isn't as important as the action. Well, it's not really important the amount of time price spent in a range. So to simplify the data and for executional purposes, it's much better to use a tick range or range-based candles or footprint charts, for example. Okay, so let's continue here. So I just want to study what happened here and here, if there were some missed opportunities. I want to study at what happened here. Okay, because you could argue we took this swing low, whatever. I also want to look on Quant Tower if we had some really nice imbalances plays on the 5-minute. Yeah, so that was nice. Those were one of my imbalances from yesterday, but geez, that's ugly if you ask me. So talking about reversals, this reversal literally took from 12:30 to, you could say, 3:30 to cook. No fucking entries for 3 hours. Can you imagine how crazy? You think it's gonna buy and break out, it doesn't, and then you think it's gonna sell. Exactly what I'm telling you. Those are fake outs, and it comes back into equilibrium. You think it's gonna sell, and it comes back. So super ugly. but I just want to see if there were any imbalances plays. Maybe this one. Eh, maybe here. Oh shit. So Lambo Raul, he says, I don't really use footprint imbalances as support and resistance. Some people do. And you could see here that, oh man, but it came so fucking close. If you look, it did not come. Shoot, that sucks. You could have gotten this whole uptrend. Or maybe even entering from here. At 750. So basically, I just want to study the points of reversal that happen here, here, here maybe. So let's just, for the purpose of studying footprint and just getting our eyes trained to commonalities and the patterns around reversal areas, let's just look at 606. What happened on the footprints if we can learn something. So it's right here, as you can see, 606. And we're going to jump on the 1 minute. So this is Quant Tower with AMP, my broker. And we're just going to go to 606, as I said. Alrighty, guys, we are here. So basically, price took all of those swing lows. You're maybe looking for a reversal. So basically, you're looking for aggressive sellers to get absorbed by passive buyers, and then for aggressive buyers to show up. So this is basically what we're going to be on the lookout for. Know what you're looking for. Super important. Okay, very aggressive candles, but then really slowing down. If you look at the minimal and the maximum delta, you're seeing, okay, it's still going down a lot, but some aggressive buyers are showing up. This one, green numbers, goes from minus 59 to 49, but still it goes down. That's the problem, it goes down, okay? So still not really what you're looking for, even though you would like to see follow through of that green candle going up after with really big green deltas. So you look in the next candle, still going down, so it's showing you now it's passive sellers that are selling this. Okay, because aggressive buyers are really appearing in the candle, but passive sellers are absorbing all of it. So it's even a battle between all the four participants, as a matter of fact. It's not just passive buyers, there are also aggressive sellers, passive sellers, definitely. You look at this one, goes down a lot. Really aggressive sellers showing up in that one, okay? But still, you can see there are passive buyers showing up at this level because it goes from minus 121 to minus 64. So the final delta is actually half of the minimal delta. So it's telling you something. Something is cooking here. And then boom, I like this candle very much. It goes from minus 26 to 50, looking great. Big candle here, trap sellers here. Okay, this is very nice, nice candle. But then you want to see follow through. Boom, you got this one. I don't like the color, it's a divergence candle, but it did close above its 50%, so it should be a positive candle. And then it's just that from its open to its close, it went down. That's why it's red. But it went from minus 27 to 8, so looking good. You really could have entered here, and then boom, it shoots up, and you even have an imbalance created here indicating maybe an entry or totally strength of the move. Then it comes down, and you want to see something interesting? Here it somehow created an imbalance, truly created an imbalance, which got filled right after, but price came to revisit this level here. Okay, and you can see even this candle, it's really showing buying pressure, long wick to the downside, and it's really doing a B shape volume-wise, okay, with a lot of volume in the lower part. Okay, and it just shooted up. So your entry could have been somewhere in the, let's put it, 67.75. So let me just remove this. 67.75. Boom, stop loss on through the low. What do you target? You target this at least, or the POC. So this would have been a very beautiful 9R, but unfortunately it's not in my trading hours. 6 in the morning, bro, I'm sleeping. Okay, so let's continue. So this was as beautiful as it gets for an example, to be really honest. So let's come here at 941. Okay, so first of all, as you can see on the 1 minute, really not as clear. Maybe upgrading to a tick chart would make a lot of sense. I just want to see if this bounced off of an imbalance on the 5 minutes. At 941, kind of, but not really. It bounced off that one. Just want to see the digits inside. Okay, the digits are okay. The digits are not too bad. And this is really what you have to take out of this. It doesn't have to touch it necessarily. Basically, price goes through your imbalance, you're looking for absorption. You're looking for a reversal. Okay. So let's go on the 1 minute here. I would like to finish in a few minutes. Oh, it's ugly. That's why I'm saying no reversal is clean, guys. No reversal is clean. You're seeing this candle super negative numbers. You want to see follow through. Boom, you get it. But here, what happens in this candle, truthfully, is that how come with really positive numbers, aggressive buyers trying to push it up, it goes down so much? It's because you have a lot of passive sellers showing up, absorbing all the aggressive buyers, and it just really drops by a lot. It drops 5 points. Okay, now you want to look at this one. The aggressive sellers are showing up in this one, okay, but it doesn't go down a whole lot. Okay, so maybe it's showing you the passive buyers are trying to stop this move. Okay, very interesting. So you want to see follow through. Who has follow through? Who's being rewarded for their efforts? And then all this aggressive selling and zero reward. This candle is super bullish. Okay, now you want to see follow through of the green candle of the bulls. Boom, you're not seeing it whatsoever. So that's why I say it's complicated. That's a real reversal on the 1 minute on footprint charts, and it was pretty complicated. Okay, but your clue really comes after at this candle. So what can you see here that's a little bit odd? It would indicate to you that this thing is bullish. The fact that even with such negative numbers, and even here with such negative numbers, it barely went down. It didn't manage to break the low here. And this one, even with such negative numbers, it actually managed to go up even a little bit. Okay? But would I have gotten in a trade here? Oof, I would have gotten very late, I think. I would have gotten maybe at the 98.50, let's put it 98.50. Realistically, let's put it at 98. And now what do you target, huh? Hard to say. What do you target? I'm just curious of what I would have targeted. Maybe the previous day value area high would make sense. Or yeah, I think this high makes sense. Okay, so it would have been a 6R. Not too bad. Okay, and one last thing now before going, I want to study what happened here. Okay. So what time was it? It was at 11:21. So basically, if we study what happened here, we have this positive numbers, but it basically doesn't go anywhere. So still the passive sellers are present. Then you have aggressive sellers who push it down, but it goes from minus 159 minimal delta to the final delta 72. So it's telling you some passive buyers are absorbing this a little bit. And now this one. Okay, super negative numbers, but you have to put it into context. Did it go anywhere? Do you have follow through? Did it first and ended up green? That's okay. But I mean, that basically means the candle started here and ended up here. That's why it's green, but didn't go anywhere. Didn't go, failed to go lower. Okay? So it's telling you, okay, passive buyers are absorbing it. Now this one, super interesting. The numbers are very similar, the minimal delta and the final delta, but it's mostly passive buyers who absorbed all of it. Okay? And now if you look at this one here, because remember the prints are only showing you aggressive, the aggressors. Okay? So if you look at this one, it went from 143 to minus 67, so a little bit more than half, but didn't go anywhere. Okay, it really didn't go anywhere. And then it left trap buyers here, but again, I prefer to have trap sellers. And then boom, this candle here, I like it. You want to see follow through, and it left an imbalance. So really, when it leaves an imbalance, it's looking super good. It really indicating strength. And you could have gotten when the second candle just entered here. So that would have been a beautiful buy at 68.1825. 18.25, boom. Stop loss under the low. What do you target? Same other target. So you know what sucks when it's very easy to see in hindsight all the trades I missed, but I think it was sort of a beautiful day and I really missed it. Sucks. But that trade was at 11, my trading hours. That trade was at 9:30, completely missed it. Yeah, that sucks. Anyway, it's easy to say I would have entered there, but looking in hindsight and being extremely honest, I didn't really have a level here, so I don't know why I would have entered here, okay? Yeah, I came at PDPOC, but it did somehow like a break and retest of the previous day point of control. Price was maintaining itself under, came on top, and then maybe it would have been nicer like a break and retest, but that would have come only at the beginning, but not so deep anyway. The absorption happened a few points lower. Now here, why would I have entered here? You tell me why. Maybe I could have gotten a loss here, but we took out this low, but really, I mean, we had absolutely no levels here. Price was maintaining itself under previous day value area high, so why would I have bought here? I don't know, to be honest. Let's look at VWAP. VWAP isn't telling me anything. This one is not too valid. It's easy to say, yeah, I would have entered here, but let's just look on the prints. It was at 11.18. There was nothing on the prints, no imbalances. Maybe there could have been something on the CVD. I don't know. All right, guys, that's going to be enough for today's video. So hope you enjoyed it. See you at the top, my friends.